Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and I'm taking care of business. Joining me today is Kate Thompson, who is President and CEO of the Calgary Municipal Land Corporation, and Joel Cowley, who is the CEO of the Calgary Stampede. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you, Mario.
Mario.
All right, let's talk about the event center. It's been in the news for the last couple of weeks. Maybe you could bring us up to date on what transpired last night at City Council and what that means going forward for this significant development project in the city.
Well, I'll take that, Mario. Yeah, it was a busy night, I think, over at City Council or in everyone's virtual reality homerooms that they were calling in from. But I think it was a long night, but it came out at the end of the night with a unanimous direction to administration to move forward with a third-party negotiator. So from Joel and I's perspective, as speaking on behalf of the district, that's a good step. The event center is a big part of the district, and we hope that they're able to come up with some arrangement that makes both parties come back to the table and figure out the next steps.
Is there any doubt that, with in your minds, both of yours, that this will eventually go through? There's no question that it has to go through for the benefit of the city, right?
Joel, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, from my perspective, yes, it is needed. When you look at the Saddle Dome and the benefits that a new event center would provide to the community, it's very much needed. It's unfortunate that the prior deal fell apart, and there were a lot of environmental conditions involved with that, with regard to supply chain and costs and timing. But it's certainly needed. I do believe it will happen. It's really just a matter of when and how the deal is structured.
Okay, and maybe Kate, you can answer this in terms of the overall scheme of things. How crucial is that event center for everything else that's happening in that Rivers District master plan?
Well, it's a really big part of the district. It's kind of right on 12th Avenue between 12th and 14th. It's a big center part of the district. But it's not the only part. I mean, Joel and I know very well the BMO expansion is another big part of the district as well. $500 million project that's moving forward really well right now. And then in addition, over $100 million worth of other infrastructure in the area. So no doubt it's a big part, but it isn't the only part. There's a lot of moving pieces and projects that we're all trying to pull together in this master plan vision.
Okay, maybe Joel, you can talk a little bit about that, the importance of having an event center that kind of, works in concert with the BMO Center.
Yeah, and to Kate's point, there are a lot of other exciting things going on. The BMO Center expansion, I think, being first and foremost on our list, that expansion is going to take the BMO Center, which was about 250,000 square feet after the 2009 renovations, to 1 million square feet. And the design and the functionality of that building will really position Calgary as a tier 1 convention city. Which prior to this, BMO was largely a trade show facility, drawing local participation. As a convention facility, it'll bring people from out of town and from around the world. And a Conference Board of Canada study indicated that it will have over a $260 million economic impact, create 1,700 full-time jobs. And $44 million of that impact is direct taxes to the 3 levels of government. So tremendously impactful. And I guess as I look at the event center, I don't think it's a make or break to the success of the BMO Convention Center. I don't think it's a make or break to the success of the Rivers District, but it certainly would enhance those things. It would enhance that success.
What other developments are taking place around that area right now or in the near future?
So in addition to the $100 million of infrastructure that I touched on, Joel and I have been in discussions with a hotel partner and moving that forward and seeing how we can progress that deal. And there's other land transactions that have happened in the area as a result of the last 5 years of work in the Culture and Entertainment District. So there are definitely moving parts, not to forget about the Green Line cutting through the area as well and connecting it broader outside of just the Rivers District.
Okay, and when you look at that area, the potential for residential, how important would an event center be in drawing developments, say condo or townhomes or whatever in that whole district?
And I think more so than drawing specific residential towers and others, it's the certainty that a certainty of a deal will provide the development community. We all know developers crave a certainty in their environment to develop and to invest in. And I think that is actually what triggers more development, whether it's what type of residential development it may be. So it's that certainty. And I think that's what the council directive yesterday hopefully will get us to a little bit more certainty for everyone.
When do you expect some certainty in this?
Oh, I'd like it as soon as possible, but I think that in the council direction, I think it said early March for a return back to council. And so hopefully that gives some people some guardrails for some of the conversations and keep people focused. And, you know, in the meantime, Joel and I have a lot of work, and CMLC has a lot of work in the district to keep moving forward in this very busy construction time.
Okay, super. You know, I know, Kate, this was before your time, but, you know, for many, many, many years, you know, East Village was basically an urban wasteland, right? There was nothing but parking lots there, and you go there now and it's like, wow, right? And is that kind of the feel that you guys want to create eventually in that Rivers District area?
I think the goal is great to hear you say the wow, because it is true. I mean, I wouldn't even run by myself down by the river. And now you see it's kind of shoulder to shoulder people in strollers in the summer months. So that has turned around and there's a different perception of that area. It's exactly the same type of feel that we'd like to have. Obviously, it's a different district. It already has about 3 million visitors per year in non-COVID years because of Joel and his team and all the work that they've done on Park. But it's the culture and entertainment district has a potential to be so much more than it is right now. And that's exactly what, you know, the master plan vision kind of helps us get to that. Have people come down to the area, feel differently, like you said, feel differently when they're walking around, walk towards the river, hopefully see some more residences here and there, and have something to come to, the draw. So the BMO is one big piece of that draw. In addition, building on all of the great things happening at Stampede. And hopefully not just the Saddle Dome, but a new event center as well.
Okay, and Joel, when you look at that piece of, not piece of land, that's a lot of land that sits right just north of you, you know, what are your thoughts when you see that amount of land that's a potential for development in such a unique and such a strategic place and so close to the downtown?
Yeah, and what you just mentioned, Mario, it's a testament to those at the Calgary Stampede who over the decades have had the vision to pull that land together just outside of Stampede Park to be used just for this very purpose that we're talking about. Currently, it's used for parking, and I wouldn't want to negate the need for parking, because when you look at the Calgary Stampede, the 10-day festival, we use most of the on-park parking for programming. It's Midway, it's Carnival, it's a Nashville North tent, those types of things. And so there is a need for parking, but I think there's a higher and better use for it than that. And an event center in that location would certainly be a higher and better use than parking.
Okay, super. Anything else either one of you wanted to add before we leave?
Well, I'll just mention that the outcome of city council last night, that's encouraging, because as I mentioned, the event center will no doubt contribute to the success of the entire Rivers District, and will contribute to the success of the Calgary Stampede as well. And so we're hopeful that something will come out of that. We have two great partners in the city, and the Calgary Flames. Flames been a great partner on Park here for a long time. So we're hopeful something can come out of that. You know, the Flames, their fans, really the entire city deserves a new event center. And Flames games, obviously very important in that regard, but other events that will bring the community together and revitalize this area. And to reiterate, we're just really excited about the BMO Center expansion. Thanks to Kate and CMLC and her team working with our park development team. It's on time, it's on budget, it's scheduled to open in June of 2024. And we're just really excited about the economic impact that will bring the city of Calgary and will allow the Calgary Stampede to further engage and serve the community as well.
All right, super.
Well said, Joel. I think I would just reiterate we're encouraged. I think yesterday was a step in the right direction. And in the meantime, we have a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of work to carry on doing really well in terms of on time and on budget, and aspirational work too. I think one of the pieces that Calgarians will see this year is the whole steel structure of the BMO coming together and really start seeing the size and scale of that in its space. And starting to feel like it's a real project and not just all the pre-work we've had to do up to this time. So kind of an exciting year for us.
All right, super. Thanks both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mario.
All right, that was Kate Thompson, President and CEO of the Calgary Municipal Land Corporation, and Joel Cowley, CEO of the Calgary Stampede. I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and this has been Taking Care of Business. Thanks for joining us today.